So overall, what were your thoughts about the game on Sunday?
Overall, I was pleased to be finished with training camp. I mean, that's the way I felt. It wasn't the last taste in my mouth was the third period. I don't think third period was our best period. We gave them a couple too many chances, obviously, based on the things we didn't do. But I thought the effort was very good, and just like we talked about last week, our execution is something that we really need to focus on. These young guys want to give everything they have, but we need to be able to do that and execute at the same time. And I think there's a major difference there. So it was a lot of good things, and the one being done training camp. Now we get to go, but there's work to be done.
Coach, what were your thoughts on the young guys, especially the freshmen, you know, the first taste of D1 hockey? How do you think they performed?
I thought they performed pretty well, personally. The two defensemen, you know, Montross and Sloat did a nice job on the power play, and 5-on-5. Michael did a pretty good job as well. And then the forwards, you know, the guys that were in the lineup, I thought they contributed. You know, it looks like there's some talent there, and there's some guys that are willing to, basically willing to compete to contribute, you know. And I'm really interested to see their growth over 4 years. You know, they're people that say they want to be great and want to be part of this long term. I'm looking forward to seeing them grow.
Bowling Green came out really hot with a lot of energy in the first period, but seemed to kind of lose that momentum in the second and third. Do you think the Falcons may have started out a little too strong and then didn't have enough energy toward the end of the game to kind of hold on to as big of a lead as they had? I
mean, it could be part of it. I don't think you can start too strong. What we wanted to focus on early was our shift times, just because we knew that we weren't in mid-season form conditioning-wise, and it's important not to leave your best game in the first period only. So let's keep shifts to 25, 30 seconds, which we did okay on. I think we could have done a better job, but I'm not sure. In watching tape from our side, I'm not sure if we ran out of gas or if we just stopped executing like we did in the first period. We knew that Laurier wasn't going to just stop playing and quit, and they didn't. But we need to find a way to sustain that energy over a 3-period span. There's no doubt about it. Whether that's from the conditioning side, which is a daily work in progress, or a mental focus side, execution side as the game goes on. And then maybe one of those ones we need to learn to deal with winning, learn to deal with playing with it. You know, and people talk about playing with the lead, playing from behind, whatever. I think there's things you need to do on both sides of that. And we need to do a better job of playing with a 3-0, 4-1 lead, because the way we played it during those times wasn't very good.
How much of a factor did Wilfred-Laurier already being in game shape play a role in having this game?
Like I said, I think it could have played some type of role, but they played late Saturday night and got in here at 1:30 in the morning and had to turn around and play a 4 o'clock afternoon game. So there was no excuse that way from our perspective. We rolled 4 lines and we had 6 defensemen going, so it wasn't like we rode, you know, 4 forwards and 2 defensemen. And it's one of those ones where it may have played a little bit of a role. Our conditioning and from the strength and conditioning side, or the hockey shape side, is going to be something that we work on all year long. And I think our guys got a little taste that maybe we're not quite in as good a shape as we maybe thought we were.
You had some success on the power play. What type of things did you focus on?
Quick puck movement, getting pucks to the net from the in-zone standpoint. Secondly, getting to loose pucks off of rushes. And, you know, we want to make sure that we're outnumbering 3 against 2 or 4 against 3, whatever it takes to win that puck off the initial rush. I thought, you know, we did a pretty good job of traffic in front of the net, whether it was Moeller or Sumption or whoever it was. McIntosh's goal in the third period there was good puck movement, but Sloat's goal in the first period was a shot from the point that the goalie didn't see. So I think it was a combination of a bunch of different things. Obviously, special teams, we've talked about this before, is going to play major roles in every weekend coming up, and it was nice to see the power play get off to a pretty good start last weekend.
First season opening week for you ever here at BG. I mean, what's this like for you?
Well, I haven't really thought a whole lot about that because, you know, we watched tape yesterday, and then today we've already had practice, and we had a good hard competing practice. So I haven't thought a lot about it. I've got personally, I've got some family coming in, so that'll be one of those nice things to see them and have them part of it. But it's exciting, you know. I think every week is going to be exciting for me, just as a new challenge, a new focus from the assistant coach to head coach side. And, I can tell you, you know, I'm looking forward to, again, putting where we are against where Michigan is come Friday night.
What are your thoughts on opening with, you know, one of the top teams ranking-wise in the country? A real good way to try to start the year with maybe an upset?
Well, I haven't thought of it in those terms yet. I think it's great to see, for our guys to see where the so-called top team or one of the top teams in the country is. And then where are we compared to that? Our focus is always going to be on us and on that daily improvement, which we've talked about all the time, no matter who we play. But we know that this weekend's opponent is a good one. I think it's a good time, not because they're not in mid-season form or anything like that. I think it's a good time to really get a test of where we are versus where the rest of the country is and one of the top teams. And they just happen to be in our league, so they're 2 league games, which all league games are important to us, regardless of when they are and regardless of who they're against. So we're looking forward to putting our effort and our execution and our game plan up against theirs. And that's what it's going to be. Well, our focus is going to be to the guys that these are guys they've played against and played with their whole careers. Just because they have a different jersey on doesn't make them any better or any worse than us. And it's we need to believe in what we're doing and believe to have success in what we're doing. And that's something that I still think we're a work in progress that way.
The game plan would be any different for Michigan, the better teams as opposed to anybody else, or is it going to be pretty much the same approach?
It's going to be pretty much the same. You know, focus on us, focus on our execution, focus on our small details, the things that make us good, and things that are important to us in our locker room. You know, I think as far as game plan goes, you do have to be aware of how good this team is in transition. I mean, Michigan, I don't know if there's a better team. If you're real loose with the puck and you turn it over in the neutral zone or turn it over in the offensive zone by making, you know, not smart or not hard plays with the puck, they will hurt you. I'm not sure there's another team in the country that will hurt you as much as they will. Other teams will hurt you, but this team will come at you and they will transition as good as anybody. So, you know, our focus is going to be to get to our game as quickly as possible, which is that forward-checking, puck possession game that we want to be great at.
What did you think of the goalie play on Sunday?
Very good. Not surprised at all. You know, I think that they both. I thought, from my perspective, Andrew might have got tested a little bit more than Nick in terms of quality of shots. I'm not sure if that, in watching the tape, I haven't analyzed that part of it yet. Just the feel I had that Andrew had to make a couple of big saves at 4-3, I believe, and the 2 goals he gave up were both bang plays. One was both 2-on-1 plays. So more from our perspective, we needed the guys ahead of him needed to do a better job. But I thought it was very strong, and I'm looking forward to seeing where the goaltending situation goes. Would really like it to be a 1-1 situation where you worry about one game and you worry about one game, and then you don't have to worry about stopping 70 shots in a weekend. You have to worry about stopping 30 or 35 as an individual. And they seem to have a pretty good relationship, competitive, yet I think there's a mutual respect there. So I thought it was good. I was happy with how they played.
Have you decided yet who's going to start the opener Friday?
No, we haven't. Again, the focus going into the weekend is they're both going to play. Who will play Friday, I don't know. And I don't really know if there's going to be a rhyme or reason to that decision. I really truly feel these two are both capable of winning hockey games. What I don't want them to feel is they have to put this team on individually on their shoulder to win hockey games. That's not going to happen. We're going to try to limit and try to be better defensively and things like that, and we're going to work towards it. So they just need to be a part of this thing and not have to carry the weight of the world, so to speak, on their shoulders.